Let me welcome all of you. Today, we are in the 15th session of Thirukkural speeches. With the great initiative and guidelines of Dr. Armuga Parsraman from International Thirukkural Foundation, we could combine our collective efforts towards taking Thirukkural to UNESCO as a universal literature. With this 15th session as a new beginning in the year 2022, it is an amazing journey with International Thirukkural Foundation, Valai Tamil, Valluvar Kudumbam, Tamil Valarchi Mandram, all forces combined towards one goal, Thirukkural being introduced at UNESCO. International Thirukkural Foundation Mauritius and the Tamil Valarchi Mandram initiated a successful international Thirukkural conference in many parts of the world initially. With variety of themes after the 2019 Sydney conference, highlighting the underpinning theme Thirukkural and peace, followed by an online conference in 2020, Thirukkural and multiculturalism. These conferences have increased the confidence of Dr. Armugam Parsraman and his team to host monthly events to further strengthen the evidences to take Thirukkural to UNESCO as a universal literature. That was the focus of the team. Dr. Armugam Parsraman has initiated first online Thirukkural and UNESCO series on Thiruvalluvar Day 2021, inviting Honorable Mr. Justice R. Mahadevan, High Court of Madras, as our special guest speaker. Since then, we had a privilege of having many eminent scholars from various parts of the world joined us as the signature event of the International Thirukkural Foundation, presenting various aspects of Thirukkural. Our purpose of these conferences are to identify the role and value of Thirukkural in promoting universality, understand the importance of Thirukkural as a universal literature, creation of action plan to encourage learning Thirukkural among the next generation, to celebrate and promote Thirukkural and Thiruvalluvar, to take Thirukkural as a universal literature to the UNESCO. With this little introduction, may I now request Dr. Armugam Parsraman to present the speaker to the forum. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, now it's okay. I wish to thank Dr. Chandrika for in welcoming all the participants to this conference, the 15th International Thirukkural Conference. And I must also take this opportunity to thank Mr. Partha Sarati and Shaktivel for the organization of the international conferences over the year. And this is the second event we are organizing in 2022. The first one was on the 15th of January, on the occasion of Valluvar Day, with the Danish socio-cultural organization and also with Voice of Valluvar, the organization of the launch of the Danish version of Thirukkural, which was another great event, I must say, very well attended also, and which was also a very good initiative and a successful event. So today is our second event for the day, for this year, sorry, and we are very privileged to have among us a very eminent scholar and a very eminent personality with diverse background, Dr. M. Vallalar, I.A.S, who is doing a lot of work in various areas, in the area of services to various industries, but also the cause of the minorities in welfare. But let me briefly highlight his profile. Well, he has an MA in English Literature from Madurai Kamaraj University. He has a doctorate of philosophy in psychological profile of the children with developmental disorder, and was Deputy Commissioner, Chennai Corporation, Collector, Additional Commissioner, Industries and Commerce, Deputy Secretary of Government of Tamil Nadu in Health Department, and Commissioner, Department of Minorities Welfare, Member Secretary, State Minorities Commission, Commissioner of Backward Classes. When I look at this profile of what he has done, it is very clear that he is somebody who is very much engaged in serving what we consider to be the group of people who needs that special consideration and who need to be given the positive discrimination in various cases. So I'm sure with this service that you've done, Dr. Vallalar, I'm confident that Thirukkural must have had a great impact in the way you deliver the service to these different organizations and to the people of Tamil Nadu. You've been awarded also the Best Collector Award 2014 with the very good initiative of linking old texts and ponds through Google Map for improving groundwater and irrigation, such an important service for the people. And the National Award for E-Governance in 2015, where you received the prestigious National E-Governance Award. And some of the other innovative schemes you have undertaken, like implementation of a special scheme for the children's development disorder in collaboration with the National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience, and also a school mental health program implemented for the first time by you in collaboration with Child Psychology Department, Christian Medical College, and also at the Ministry of Mines for the report you submitted under the Granite Development Council, which recommended your QMS for adoption in all the states of India for granite quarries management. So we are very honored, very privileged to have you as our distinguished speaker today. And I'm sure I've been, although I don't have details in writing about what you've done in the field of Thirukkural, but you know, I'm aware that you've contributed also in a lot in the field, in the area of promoting Thirukkural. But I am more interested personally to say that when I see the background, the work you've done with the minorities community and so on, I feel that Thirukkural must have given you the foundation, must have shaped your philosophy, your vision, or in the mission of serving these communities in Tamil Nadu. So with these few words, allow me to share with you, before I invite Dr. Vallalar to deliver his speech, I wish to share with the participants and the members of the committee that I was very, very honored to be invited by the Tamil Nadu government, and when they organized on the 12th of January, the World Tamil Diaspora Day. I must say this was a wonderful initiative. And now, as we know, the Chief Minister, Honorable M.K. Stalin, has decided to proclaim the 12th of January World Tamil Diaspora Day with the objective of celebrating, acknowledging, and appreciating the contributions of Tamils living across the globe and to uphold our cultural identity. This is a very, very important development for me, and I believe it's a wonderful platform that will give us the opportunity to promote Thirukkural across the globe, among the diaspora, and with the support of the Tamil Nadu government, and also eventually we're looking forward to the support from the central government of India to take our initiative of taking Thirukkural to the world through UNESCO and make this initiative achieve its objective. So I'll be pleased to share with you the short message I delivered on that occasion, because I believe this is a new opportunity and will certainly help us in our mission of taking Thirukkural to the world. And so I will therefore not elaborate more on that, But I believe this will be yet another, in addition to what we had as a major landmark judgment by the Supreme Court of Tamil Nadu, where Justice Mahadevan gave the, consented to the prayer by the senior citizen Rajaratnam to direct the government of Tamil Nadu to teach Thirukkural compulsory in schools. That is another major development. But this idea of creating the International Diaspora Day, the World Diaspora Day, I am very happy will enable us to have a network of Tamilians across the globe so that we can together join together and take this movement of taking Thirukkural to the world globally. So with these few words, I've asked Saktivel to kindly play the video, my video message on that occasion.
Excellency, Honorable M.K. Stalin, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Periyorgale, Anbargale, Vanakkam. I wish to commend the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Honorable M.K. Stalin, for his very laudable initiative of proclaiming World Tamil Diaspora Day on the 12th of January with the objective of celebrating, acknowledging, and appreciating the contributions of Tamils living across the globe and to uphold our cultural identity. My great-grandfather Parasuraman left Salem, Tamil Nadu to settle in Mauritius in 1884. I am proud of my roots and I love Tamil Nadu and I love India. The World Tamil Diaspora celebration will be a very useful forum where the Tamil Nadu government will connect and network with the Tamil diaspora in some 30 countries. Mauritius welcomed the initiative and will mobilize the Tamil community to fully participate and contribute to this celebration. We will set up a Mauritius chapter of the Tamil diaspora, and likewise all the Tamils in other countries could do the same. We should have a two-way exchange where Tamil Nadu government will support the development of Tamil language and culture in the diaspora countries, and the Tamil diaspora will offer their know-how, expertise and investment, and also contribute to the social and economic development of the needy people in Tamil Nadu. I wish to commend our Chief Minister for his leadership, his vision and determination to serve the Tamil Nadu people and honor the trust the people placed in him in the last state elections. Allow me to refer to an article from the Press Trust of India, I quote, "From containing the corona infection, which was at the peak, to toning up the government machinery at all levels, from attracting new investments to finding quick solutions to emerging issues, high speed has been the hallmark of the 100 days of DMK government. Led by Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, the single motto of the government has been delivering services to the people at the earliest. In a nutshell, Stalin has proved his mettle, and of course, as a Tamilian and as a former Minister of Education and Director of UNESCO, I feel proud of your leadership, Chief Minister, and your selfless service to the people of Tamil Nadu. You are practicing the teachings of Thirukkural in your leadership style. May I dedicate Kural verse 390 to you. I quote, "The ruler who is endowed with the qualities of charity, compassion, justice, and protection of the subjects is the noblest." Talaivar Kalaignar, your late father and late Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi, is the only Chief Minister in Tamil Nadu who wisely uplifted and honored our saint poet Thiruvalluvar, whom Mahakavi Subramanya Bharadiyar stated, I quote, "Thiruvalluvar is a gift of Tamil Nadu to the world," and of course. His legacy is of the Valluvar Kotam, a monument in Chennai dedicated to the classical Tamil poet philosopher Valluvar, and the unique 133 feet statue of Valluvar in Kanyakumari are symbols of the profound Tamil culture. We must underline that Thirukkural is a unifying factor between Tamil Nadu and the Tamil diaspora across the world. Following the noble mission of late Kalaignar, to promote Thirukkural and to honor Saint Thiruvallur, and knowing your own dedication and commitment to promote Thirukkural globally, we appeal to you, Chief Minister, to take a lead role with Central Government of India to assist the mission of the International Thirukkural Foundation and various Thirukkural organizations in the diaspora to take Thirukkural to the world through UNESCO, and to get UNESCO to adopt a resolution to declare Thirukkural as a book of universal literature, and also to install a statue of Thiruvallur at UNESCO headquarters in Paris, France. This, Mr. Chief Minister, will be your legacy and will do justice to the statement by Sane Guruji on Thiruvallur. I quote, "Great thinkers belong to the world. Thiruvallur belongs not only to Tamil Nadu, but also to the whole of India, nay, to the whole world. He wrote for the benefit of the whole of mankind." Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your kind attention. This is the time word.
Well, thank you very much for listening to this message, which I am very confident now. I understand that the Chief Minister is in fact taking action to initiate the process of taking Thirukkural, of supporting the idea of taking Thirukkural to the world. And let us pray and hope that we can move now faster in our path to reach UNESCO. So with these words, I now invite Dr. Vallalar to deliver his address. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I want to thank everybody, because I want to join. Now that I have joined with the Tamil diaspora now through Thiruvallur, through Thirukkural, for which I am grateful to Dr. Parasuraman. So I commence my talk. Thank you. Good evening to all. First of all, I am thankful to the chair of the conference, Dr. A. Parasuraman, who is the president of the International Thirukkural Foundation and former UNESCO director, for having given me this opportunity to take part in this program. வள்ளுவன் தன்னை உலகத்துக்கே தந்து வான்புகழ் கொண்ட தமிழ்நாடு. இது வள்ளுவருடைய புகழை சொல்வதற்காக சொன்னது. The outstanding greatness of Tamil Nadu is that it gave Valluvar, Thiruvallur, to this world. It is a great pleasure and privilege for me to have this opportunity to deliver my views on Thirukkural, which promotes world peace and harmony. That is the need of the hour now. There is no doubt Thirukkural is the recital about life, what is and what it should be. It is a guide to developing one's mind to make an individual a better human being who understands and loves others, because human being as an individual entity who is living in a society, if the society is peaceful, then the country will be peaceful. If every country is peaceful, the world will be peaceful. That is the logic behind this topic, because actually that through UNESCO we want to insist that actually Thirukkural promotes world peace and harmony. So this is an opportunity that actually Thirukkural insists for the well-being of a family or individual entity. தனி மனித ஒழுக்கம் என்பதையும் தனி மனித சந்தோஷம் என்பதையும் திருக்குறள் இன்சிஸ்ட், அது வலியுறுத்துகின்றது. You know that actually nowadays not only the economical criteria is measured, now the happiness index for any country is measured whether the country is happy or not. That means if individual citizens are happy, that is the richest country in the world nowadays. That is a yardstick now everybody is having. Hence, to be happy, Thirukkural shows the correct way how a man should be, how a family should be, how a government should be, how an administration should be. These are the items Thirukkural insists in this regard. So I am continuing. Actually, these are some of the points. This Thirukkural promotes world peace and harmony is a very relevant topic today more than ever before, since the world is moving fast towards conflict again. In fact, the most salient feature we can notice in the recent development of conflict in the world is religious-based terrorism or tension or conflicts. Likewise also political, right-wing politics, left-wing conflicts, then the subsequent war. But everywhere, recently also Russia, Ukraine, I think there is a heavy tension is prevailing. In this context, actually, this Thirukkural is relevant. So that I hope that the UNESCO will understand this one. Why Thirukkural is universal literature that promotes world peace and harmony? It is worth mentioning here that Thirukkural is considered as the universal code of conduct for better living because it has no relation with any caste, religion, language, or any race or worship method. Purely is a common thought, morality, and secular ethics applicable to everyone. Thirukkural talks about humanity, equality, and things to follow to become a good human being. So these are the fundamentals to be a good country or what you call the world. So these are the basic ideas or the basic philosophy of a good life. Thirukkural inches all these things. Thirukkural is a number one universal literature that has no racism or casteism or no gender bias is also there. It's not promoting or male chauvinism or female chauvinism, nothing. That it is a universal brotherhood, universal that what you call universal peace. It insists. The Thirukkural the greatness of Thirukkural is that it tells us the art of living, the art of creating a refined civilization to ensure the world peace and harmony. There is no doubt Thirukkural is a book of virtue, wealth, and love. Thirukkural is a powerful and compact text written in Tamil by Thiruvallur, also familiarly known as a Kural. The special features of Kural is powerful and contemporary message and relevance both at individual and at any level on the importance of virtue, wealth, and love. That Thirukkural insists the domestic virtues also in chapters 5 to 24 on domestic virtues, explain the primness of the family and social life, the role of spouse, the wealth of children, the kindness of love, of words, hospitality, equity, humility, discipline, and forbearance, and warn against the evils of adultery, envy, coveting, slander, vanity, etc. Humans are rational and social animals. Humanity has the unique qualities of honor and dignity and modesty and shame, language and speech, besides an orderly social life. Rational human beings live in full awareness of the duty to family and society to contribute fully to the common good and live in fame. These are actually the very basic entities of any human being or living being. So that Thirukkural give much importance to the basic virtues of the human life. That one of the Kural says that Manathukkan Masilan Adal Anaitharan Ahula Nira Pira. ஒருவன் தன் மனதில் குற்றமற்றவராக இருக்க வேண்டும், அதுவே அறமாகும். மற்றவையெல்லாம் ஆரவாரம் தன்மை உடையதாகும் என்று சொல்கிறார். That means the English translation is let him who does virtuous deed to be a spotless mind. To that extent is virtue. All else is vain show. These are one of the beautiful the Kural of Thiruvallur. And another one is Arivinai Yadinil Pollamai Koral Pirivinai Ellan Tarum என்ற ஒரு குறள். எல்லா உயிரையும் கொல்லாதிருப்பதே அறச்செயலாகும், கொலை செய்தல் தீய வினைகளை அனைத்தையும் விளைவிக்கும். Here in this Kural, actually Thiruvallur insists in non-violence. That means கொல்லாமை. The war is also war we are justifying in the name of nationalism or something else. But war is also a lot of people are being killed, soldiers are killed, and even the civilians are being killed. So the basic concept of non-violence, that is even actually non-violence is insisted in every religion. That may be in Christianity and what you call the Buddhism or Jainism. There we can see this all this basic virtue of non-violence. Thirukkural also insists in non-violence in very great manner in his Kurals. That is a notable point here. Virtue thrives in abstinence from killing. A mind prone to go is a storehouse of vices. This is the meaning of this Kural. Then wealth and welfare chapters. Chapters 39 to 63 talks about the politics and governance. Likewise, chapters 39 to 46 deals with the qualities of the ruler. If a ruler is very good, I think there will not be any war. Like our Asoka, King Asoka, as far as India is concerned, there may be some ruler in other countries. Here, I think the Asoka upheld the philosophy of non-violence and that other virtues. This is the best example that. In fact, actually, without knowing the Kural's basic Kural concept, Asoka lived a life of a beautiful life based on Kural's way. This wealth and welfare chapters insist the importance of education and good listening, understanding wisdom. Seeking the aid of worthy and avoiding crime and meanness. This chapter insists all these things. And how a government should be, cabinet governance, how a government should be, in order to ensure the peaceful nation and peaceful world. That should be a good governance. We should not have a governance like a Nazi regime. That actually it came only to promote violence. But if the government is good, like our period of Asoka and so many other, I think, peaceful kings and the government, good governance, that we can see in Europe, most of the places, they're insisting for non-violence. So, how a king should behave. That is insisted in chapters 64, 66 to 70, speaks of qualities and attributes of the ministers, ambassadors, and administrators surrounding the ruler. Purity and firmness and mode of actions have been also insisted in that chapters. Chapters 64, 71 to 73 explain the communication skill in eloquence, the method of understanding and reading the minds of the people, the manner of dealing with assemblies of audience and council of wise. I am explaining everything that Thirukkural touches all walks of life, from birth to death. It shows the ways how a human being should live, how a government should be, in every aspect, single aspects that Thiruvallur has beautifully has composed his Kural in the best way. I think it is a gift to Tamil, the Tamil people, and now we cannot restrict this thing to the Tamilians. That can be spread to all the world. That is applicable to all the human beings in the world. It is that the Thirukkural is now beyond the boundaries of any nation or any race or any language. Under this guise, Thiruvallur and Thirukkural is a universal literature that we cannot deny. That is the point I think Dr. Paramat, Dr. or Chair is insisting that the very purpose of this Thirukkural is a universal literature, is that it is every component of life, every component of the what you call that administration, every component of human relationship that is found in the Thirukkural. That is the greatness of Thirukkural. Then Thirukkural also talks about the personal life, like love life, aram, porul, inbam topic. That means the personal intimacy and love. That is the basis of the peaceful life in the world. If a life is full of love and affection, there will not be any violence. That is the basis. Chapters 109 to 115 complements romance in love, with the lovers admiring and extolling beauty and charm of each other, reveling in the language of science, enjoying the joy of intimacy and ecstasy of love. So actually, now love is missing everywhere. Now in the fast-moving world, that intimacy, even I think we have, as a Tamilians, We have a family setup, and somehow or other we are following the words of Valluvar. But actually, in the Western world, though there is love, the word love is there. In their family, it is not love is not there. It is missing. The family is fragmented, and a lot of divorces, and children are abandoned, and there are a lot of conflicts that subsequently leads to violence, and the government is suffering to control the violence. It is a continuous reaction. So I think if a particular family is happy, individual is happy, a family is happy, and their life is happy, everything is happy. It is the basis of the Thiruvallur insists this basic concept. In the process, there is a wailing on the loss of decorum, a longing for clamor of relatives and society to speed up the process of wedlock. That is also very much insisted in Thirukkural. Thirukkural is also a valuable advice on statecraft, warcraft. Warcraft is so that actually unnecessarily a country should not be get occupied or being harassed. So under this guise, actually, the Thiruvallur talks about the statecraft and warcraft and diplomacy, management, governance, and communication. All these things Thiruvallur touches in order to ensure peace and harmony. In modern Indian history, great thinkers and leaders like Mahatma Gandhi were influenced by Thirukkural. Today, the world seems to be getting fragmented by power politics and a great planetary stretch by human abuse of nature. Of all the poets, writers, and the leaders of the world, it was Thiruvallur, the great poet, who immensely dealt with every person to say in a nutshell, every person. To say in a nutshell, Thirukkural is an encyclopedia on the art of living, focusing on multifaceted aspect of life and human being. Hence, Thirukkural stands proudly as a beacon light not only to Tamil Nadu but everyone in other part of the world. It is a hallmark of ancient civilization with heritage, tradition, and culture reflect in distinctive language. No area of human thoughts has been left untouched by this great, inspiring monumental literature work by the Tamil saint Thiruvallur. He has dealt with all aspects of the life of all people of his time by values and morals, family, social life, dignity and manner, agriculture, economy and trade, and so on, like health and every aspect. I need not explain in detail. So every aspect that Vallur has touched, that is a great wonder actually, as far as any writer or thinker or any even a religious book is concerned. Touching every aspect of life is a great thing that Thiruvallur has touched it. In this regard, as a Tamilians, we are proud. Tamil diaspora also, we are proud of having Thiruvallur as our great saint who paved the ways for better life, a better nation, and peaceful and harmonious life. Another kural also I want to present to you. Anbum Aranum உடைத்தாயின் இல்வாழ்க்கை பண்பும் பயனும் அது. ஒருவனது குடும்பம் வாழ்க்கையில் கணவன் மனைவியருக்கு இடையே அன்பும் அறம் செய்யும் குணமும் இருக்குமானால் அதுவே இவ்வாழ்க்கையின் பண்பும் பயனும் ஆகும். This is a Tamil explanation. Thus, I want to give the English translation also. A family bound in love and virtue is the purpose and essence of life. Peace and harmony means living together without violence. It is a very essence necessary for growth and development of a nation. Every religion in this world teaches how to live in peace and harmony. War can cause only destruction and loss of lives, and peace and harmony can help in getting inner satisfaction. It is important to treat everyone equally. These are the points that is insisted in Thirukkural. So that the basic concept of love, non-violence, treating everybody equally, that is I think the essence of the peaceful nation. Treating everyone equally, that is missing in our Indian society, and even in Western societies also. Man is divided based on race and even the color and so on. In the Indian society, man is divided in the name of caste and so many other factors that you know. So Thiruvallur insists this equality. So when the equality is ensured, I think the concept of war and non-violence, it's not there. That is a very great point Thiruvallur is insisting. Particularly the importance of peace, harmony in the world. That is repeatedly insisted in Thirukkural. Uh, if any society or nation in the world declare itself as a civilized and cultural one, ultimately they must follow the moral principles of peace and harmony in their primary functions of their life. Peace and harmony are interlinked and inseparable. Now let us study some of the Kurals. So in order to show that how Thirukkural is go on insisting the love and other the basic principles of life in day-to-day lives of the human being. அறிவினான் ஆகுவதுண்டோ பிறதின் நோய் தன்னை போல் போற்ற கடை. The Jesus Christ says that தன்னை போல் பிறரை நேசி, love your neighbors. That is the basic principles of the Bible. That is there in Thirukkural. A wise man will treat pain in others as if it is his own. That means the empathy, the human being's empathy. ஒரு கன்னத்தை அறைந்தால் மறு கன்னத்தை காட்டு, Jesus Christ says. That is found. Actually, I think the Thirukkural is written. I think it is the period between it is 200 BC to 200 AD. It is written between these ages. That may be the before Christ also. I think anyhow that the Christ words that is found in our Thirukkural also. You love your neighbors also, and the friends and relationships, everything that is insisted we found in this Thirukkural. Every religion, particularly Buddhism, Jainism, that is insisted of non-violence. That is there in abundance in Thirukkural. I think particularly there is even some of the talks are going on in Tamil Nadu that whether he is a Hindu saint or Buddhist saint or Jain saint. What it means that Thiruvallur is connected with all the religion. That means his philosophies have been adopted by all the religion. These philosophies have been found in all the religious texts. That is a great thing. That is why every religious scholars or the leaders, they are claiming Thiruvallur. That is the greatness. No, as a Tamils, we are proud of that. We want to project Thiruvallur to the UNESCO or the World Forum, United Nations, as an icon of peace, love, and affection. So I think Mr. Parasuraman will succeed in his effort. I will continue. I think in between I am just other points also. On Thiruvallur also talking about on false friendship. In his Kural, chapter 79, he is talking about on friendship and also on false friendship. These are the two aspects. துரோகிகளும் இனம் காண வேண்டும், நண்பர்களையும் இனம் காண வேண்டும். அப்படி செய்தால்தான் ஒரு வாழ்க்கை சிறக்கும் என்பதற்கு the Thirukkural has given some of the points also. Verses 806 says that those who stand within the limits of true friendship will not even adversely give up the intimacy of long-standing friends. Likewise, also verse 810 adds, even enemies will love those who have never changed their affection to their long-standing friends. This is the English translation. Thus, the Kural insists in diplomacy in armed forces supported by treasury, secure urban centers, and so on. I think this is about the administration. It goes very, very lengthy. So I just skip and come to the point directly. In another Kural under the Nilayame, impermanence of the world. That is more important. Life is impermanent. Human beings impermanent. But actually that as if they are permanent, they are indulging in war and also suppressing the feelings of others and various form of the human behavior like caste or race, they have been being suppressed or put into torture. But because they are under the impression that they are They are permanent. But the world is impermanent. The human life is impermanent, in which the love and affection will only sustain their name in the world. What a human being is going to left behind? His name. His names will be stand forever when if he did the good deeds to the fellow human being. Any tyrant or any what you call the what you call tyrant or the bad leaders will never stand in the history. Only the good people will be remembered forever. Like there are so many kings in the world, but King Asoka, we'll go on talking about why, because of his love and affection, that even he gave what you call all kind of love and affection to all the living beings. That was the basis that is found in our Thirukkural. Then another Kural is found in Citrinam Seranme, and avoiding vulgarity. So that is the basic vulgarity that leads to what you call the family separation and even the conflict in the society or family or anybody. So that is also insisted in Thirukkural. Mananalam Mannuit Kakum Inanalam Ella Pugalum Tarum. Purity of mind uses in spiritual growth and personal prosperity, and good associations leads to glory. That is actually that if you have a good what you call that perfect and good behavior and good thinking, that will lead the human being to glory. But if you have if you don't have a good friend or good surroundings, you will never get a good life or good society. That is insisted here in Thirukkural. Thirukkural promotes world peace and harmony. That is found in every aspect of every Kural. Kakkavarainum Karendunnum Akamum Anna Nirarko Ula என்ற ஒரு குரல். எப்படி ஒற்றுமையாக இந்த சொசைட்டி வாழணும். How a society live as a society. As a human being is a social animal. They under a particular rule they have been joined together living in a society by respecting others' feeling. That is the basis. Here, like that, the crow does not hide what it got, but cries out to its fellow before he eats. Likewise, a man, if you get what you call wealth, you should not hide it from others. You should give it to others and share it with others. That will create friendship and that happiness among the society. That is insisted in our Thirukkural. Then another Kural, Pirapukkum Ella Uirkum Sirappuvva Seidulil Vetrumayan. All men are born equal, but distinction arises only based on performance in their respective occupation they engage. That various people are giving various meaning to this Kural. Based on their all are equal, but based on their what you call that occupation. Some people are saying like that, but here the meaning is that what is a deed, good deed or bad deed, based on which you are equal or unequal is decided. If you did a bad deed, you are not equal. If you did a good deed, you are equal. That is the point here insisted. Some people there talks about the caste system. Caste system, based on this Kural, some people are saying that here the Kural, now particularly in India, the human beings are born unequal. That means based on caste. That is a system now it is followed in India. But the Thirukkural insisted that all are equal. They are not unequal based on their birth. Their unequality is insisted based on their deeds, whether they are doing a good deed or bad deed. That is the point is insisted. I think various people may give a various meaning to this one, But as far as myself is concerned, this is the point is insisted here. Then finally I come to some of the values and virtues of Thirukkural are as follows. I think I'll read one by one. All these things are found in Thirukkural. Don't steal. Like 10 commandments, like what do you call it, Buddha's Dharma, and so many other scriptures. I think we have taken some of the good points, that all these points are found in Thirukkural. Don't steal. Don't go in the wrong ways. Don't utter lies. Don't cheat the neighbors. Don't disturb the destitute who lost their limbs. Don't indulge in backbiting. Don't hate anyone. Extend your affection to one and all. Respect your elders. Entertain the newcomers as your kin. Use the balance righteously. These are the points I think we found in all along the Thirukkural. That is a notable point. Actually, though it is not written as a 10 commandments kind of thing, but it is beautifully, we can find all these points are insisted in every Kural of Thiruvallur. These all the above virtues are enshrined in Kallamai, abstain from fraud and deceit. And in the various chapters, insist the same point, like Vaimai, then Puram Kuramai, Anbudamai, Periyare Tunekkoral, Periyare Pilayamai, Nadu Nilamai. These are the chapters, these are the points are interested in the above mentioned chapters, and as accepted and practiced, Thirukkural is a common book, otherwise it's a gospel to the people around the world. It's the only way and root sources to lead a life of high dignity and values. This common code applies to all spheres, starting from personal life, domestic affairs, workplace, the community at the local, the society at the regional, and international society at the global level. Undoubtedly, Thirukkural is the only way to practice and promote world peace and harmony. And as a what you call Tamil diaspora, Tamil Kudi, Mutha Kudi. Tamil Moli is the first language, civilized language. As for the Tamil is the first language, Tamil is the Mutha Kudi. So it is our duty to present the Thirukkural to the world to ensure peace and harmony and the various virtues of human life. How animal is different from human life is because of his virtues and love and affection and laughter. All these points are insisted in our Thirukkural. It is our duty to present Thirukkural to this world, and I think it is our duty also to insist the United Nations, UNESCO to adopt the Thirukkural as a world literature, as a common literature. I think Dr. Parasuraman has taken a very, very noble action in this regard. He has united a community, that Tamil diaspora all over the world, to do this great work. I once and all thanks Mr. Dr. Parasuraman and again and again, and his team also. Let humanity dwell in peace and harmony by reading Quran again and again, and this has to be translated in the best way in all language in order to ensure peace and harmony. Thank you, Dr. Parasuraman and his team, and the viewers. I think somehow or other, I think I have completed my speech, and I think now the Dr. Parasuraman has to say something. Thank you all. Nandri.
Thank you very much, Mika Nandri, Dr. Vallalar. I would like to thank you very much for this very enriching, very enlightening speech that you delivered, and which has contributed greatly to the whole focus of our conferences. That is, how can Thirukkural and UNESCO work together to promote world peace and harmony? And your insight into the Thirukkural verses, the teachings, have amply demonstrated that Kural has a strong foundation to support, to contribute to the global missions of peace and harmony in the world. And I will now leave the floor to Mr. Rajendran, Director of the Voice of Vallalar, who will entertain questions from the participants. But I will just give you one food for thought and then leave the floor to Mr. Rajendran. I am particularly, in addition to your presentation today, I'm particularly interested in the field where you've done a lot of work also, that is in the field of psychological profile of children with developmental disorder, that is the field of disability. And this is something which I am personally interested because I have a foundation, Global Rainbow Foundation, supporting persons with disability. And I wanted to see how far can the teachings of Thirukkural, how far can Thirukkural, can also contribute to this very important challenge that we have in society of serving properly and creating more recognition of persons with disability in the world. I am saying that because according to the world statistics, 1 billion of the world population, or around 15%, 1 billion of the world population has some form of disability, and therefore it's a very significant number. And what can Thirukkural, how Thirukkural would guide this mission of serving this group of people and giving them their rights, their dignity, and their full support through the teachings of Vallalar? This is a question which you may or may not reply today, but I'll be interested to exchange with you and would like to discuss more on that as an important area of research. So with these words, let me now leave the floor to Mr. Rajendran from the Voice of Vallalar, who will now give his comments and also invite the participants to raise questions. Thank you very much, Dr. Vallalar, and Mr. Rajendran, to you, please.
Thank you, sir. And let me, on behalf of everyone, first thank Mr. Vallalar for this very insightful lecture address on various aspects of Valluvam, touching from personal life to social life and the political life. The man, after all, is a social animal, lives in a society, how he need to interact with the society, and what are the problems afflicting the society today. All conflict. Thirukkural can be, what I feel is, the underlying message of today is, Thirukkural is the best manual for solving the conflicts, be it political conflicts or social conflicts. Thirukkural can act as a standard operating procedure for resolving the conflicts. This is what the single message I take from today's address. And he also quoted Emperor Ashoka, though he was prior to Valluvam, whoever follows the path of non-violence and truth, like Mahatma Gandhi, they are walking on the path of Valluvam. This is what Emperor Ashoka also done actually. Non-killing, speaking truth, compassion, all these virtues, all the personal virtues, he listed one by one. These are the do's and don'ts. Though he has not given us the 10 commandments, he has elaborately dealt with everything in part 1 of Thirukkural, and part 2 is interaction with the society, and part 3 is the personal life, the family life, husband and wife life. That also Thiruvallur is covered. So Thirukkural is a very, very comprehensive solution. It gives a comprehensive solution for the problems afflicting the society today, and it is more than ever relevant today. That is what the point he was repeatedly underscoring. And going by his CV, the two aspects which has been one of the aspects is touched by Dr. Armu Parasuraman, that is learning disability, teaching the children, handling the children with the learning disability. At that area he has worked. because everybody cannot be treated equal. The needs are different, the abilities are different. So people need to deal with the compassionately with the various section of the society. As a king, as a ruler, this is the responsibility, and he has worked on that area, and he has also got award in that area. And second area is where he has got award is the very, very basis of life, that is connecting the water resources using the technology. Thiruvallur's second chapter, next only to God, he has kept one Sirappu in praise of rain. That is the chapter he has kept. That is the area Dr. Vallalar has worked, and he has also won the national award for achieving, for making a remarkable contribution in that area. I'm sure the basic knowledge about Thiruvallur and Thirukkural has propelled him to work on these areas. That's how I look at it. And his name is Vallalar, and Vallalar is the one who is credited with taking first Thirukkural classes for the masses. Till that time, it was only for scholars and people. And Vallalar, Arut Pragasa Vallalar, is the one who has started taking classes for the masses on Thirukkural. He is also extensively quoted Valluvam in his work. And love is the basis of life. This is again today, Dr. Vallalar underlined. If everyone follows one virtue, love, unconditional love, I'm telling you, there'll be peace everywhere. Peace at home, peace in the mind, and peace around us, and peace in the society, and peace among the nation. I'm telling you, it's a very enlightening lecture address, Dr. Vallalar, and we are really benefited. Now I would like to invite the audience to share their perspective, and if you have any specific questions, I request Saktivel to unmute them, allow them to unmute, and they will ask any specific questions or any comments on Dr. Vallalar's address. Now the floor is open. You can raise your hand, and Shaktivel will unmute you.
So they can unmute themselves, sir.
Please, Dr. Muthuraja, please unmute yourself and then speak.
Good evening to all. Really, I'm happy to see Dr. Vallalar after a long time, because I am the product of his father, Dr. Masulamani, teacher at the Corporate High School at Saranagar. Really, two things I must share. One is a product of Flint House, American College. I think many of you know today the Indian news is American college students, student from Commerce Department become a chief economic advisor to Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. So by the way, Vallalar is also in global way by way of teaching and preaching Thirukkural. Regarding your presentation, even though I am a teacher, I enjoyed your presentation, more or less like an activist presentation. Then only I am able to understand how you are able to do wonders in social life, in socio-economic life of children in different regions of where you are serving. So really, on behalf of American College family, I must salute and thank for your beautiful presentation. I hope this will come as a video. We will try to share to our own students.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That I think how I am connected with the people. That is more, no? It is also
it's a great learning
way. Wherever I work, no, I usually connect with the people. That is why that we are able to do wonders. If we are disconnected, no, that like other administrators, no, nothing is possible. Everything is possible. I think we can change the world if you are connected with the what you call downtrodden and the people. That is, I think that shows Vallalar shows that way.
I am amazing, because normally a teacher teach Valluvam is different, whereas your presentation on Valluvam is completely different, because you have a field experience applying Valluvan ideas in the field, in the society, in the downtrodden, in the rural area, in the backward district. That's a great thing. Thank you, Oliver. If possible, we'll try to meet you through webinar in the name of
Yes,
American
definitely,
College,
definitely.
particularly on
And I
Balloon
think,
economics.
yes, yes. I think Dr. Armugam Parasuraman
Yeah.
is much interested in the children's with development disorder like autism,
Yeah, really.
ADHD, ADD. I did my PhD there.
Uh-huh.
I intensively exhaustively worked in that area.
Good.
I have a lot of experience. Still, I am going to some of the seminars and taking class. I think if I think another seminar he has promised me to give a chance. I think that area that I want to touch again. Thank
Yeah,
you.
really. Thank you. So I must thank Dr. Parasuraman and his powerful team taking Thiruvallumam globally, digitally through this kind of webinars. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. That is a very good.
Dr. Rajendran,
Yes,
if you
sir.
allow me, thank you very much, Dr. Muttaraja. I think what you can do, each one of us attending the conference, is to encourage other members of the diaspora, other people in well-wishers of Vallalar to join the conference, to share the message, and to join us to take Thirukkural to the world. That would be my appeal to all of you. And we will certainly share with you the video recording of the speech of the talk by Dr. Vallalar, so you can share it widely also.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Rajendran?
Yes, sir. That the intervention of the professor reminds me the Kural today Ilangai Jayarajaya has taken in his class. Kural number 544. Kudidari Kolochum Manila Mannan Adidari Nirkum Udagu. If a king administers the country with love and affection, at the same time punishing the people who are doing wrongdoing, Kol Ochudal means the one who uses the power to handle the miscreants and also take care of the needy. If a king have these two qualities, then the whole world will be after him. He'll follow him. This is what he has done in his work. Any other person? Anybody else wants to make a comment or ask a question, specific questions on the address or on the administration Thirukkural, anything? He's a very senior and experienced officer. I think people are, there's a lucid lecture and everyone is, could able to pick up the various points.
Thank you. I think let them tell their comments in the video or in the mail also. You are most welcome. And also as a Tamil diaspora, that I am being a Tamil Nadu government officer, I am very much invite Dr. Armugam Parasuraman to India to promote Kural in your own way. As a Tamils, we are doing in a different way. As a former director of UNESCO, your way of approach may be different, and I think I'm ready to join hands with you, and that all the diaspora, Tamil diaspora, I'm ready to help in anything as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Thank you for giving this very good opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vallalar. We are very grateful to you, and thank you very much. We'll be in touch. I will visit you when I come to Tamil Nadu. Thank you.
Thank you.
And no other question, Mr. Rajendran?
It seems that there's no other.
If I may allow Mr. Benjamin Lebeau, who will be a future speaker at our conference. He's from France, another person who has devoted a lot of time to studying Thirukkural. Mr. Benjamin Lebeau, please. Mr. Benjamin Lebeau, would you like to say a few words?
Lebeau.
Hello?
Okay. I could also see the name of probably I think that is Dr. Muhammad Rela, and Indian was a great teacher and from Karur. Now he's in Canada. Any questions from audience?
No.
Fine, sir. I think we can.
Oh yeah, no problem. we can conclude the session.
Yeah. Mr. Govindaraj, yeah, Indian. We are not able to hear you.
Unmute, probably.
Unmute.
Now?
Yeah, now it's
Please.
clear. Yeah, clear.
Very good. Here it is very cold morning in Canada. Fine. We are enjoying cold, just for minus 40 degree here.
Minus 40.
Yes. Okay, fine. I would like to say a word about Mr. Armugam Parasuraman. A few years back, I was working as a psychological professor in Vallalar College, Karur. At that time,
Yes.
we invited him as a chief guest for a ceremony. And I was astonished to see him and the knowledge on Thirukkural. A man who cherished Thirukkural and instrumental of propagating the Thirukkural globally. So just by seeing him, I wanted to say a few words. Again, he has to
Thank
come
you.
to Tamil Nadu and do some fruitful work. Just now, somebody told singly one cannot do anything. We have to get together, think together, act together, by which the Thirukkural can be transformed into a pragmatic approach. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very happy to see you again, Dr. Arunachalam, and I hope we'll be in touch. We can stay in touch. I'll send you my email address. Let's be in touch. Are you still with Vallalar College? Hello, Dr. Govindaraju? I can't
think
hear
his
you.
mic
You
is
have to
muted.
unmute. You have to unmute.
You have to unmute.
I'm just returning to India in March. I'm keeping touch with Mr. Sengatuvan. Whenever I talk to him, I will talk about you also, and he will talk about you also.
Okay, okay.
So once you return to India, I think I will join with Sengatuvan
you.
hands. Propagating
Thank you very
Thirukkural
much.
again.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Rajendra?
Fine, sir. So we can close with the vote of thanks, sir.
Yes.
Partha is there?
No, sir,
don't
we can
see him.
conclude.
You can come. So, Mr. Rajendran, you yourself will do that.
Yes, sir. Once again, I thank all the participants today here. This is an effort by International Thirukkural Foundation, Tamil Valarchi Mandam Australia, and Voice of Vallalar family. We are working closely with all the all Thirukkural scholars from all over the world, and we're trying to gather ideas, and we're trying to promote a strong case for the Valluvam to be taken to UNESCO. And we have a very good guide with us, Dr. Armugam Parasuraman, who's got extensive experience in both in the field of education as well as with the UNESCO. Under his guidance, with the support of people from all over the world who are connected to Valluvam to take it to UNESCO. We need the support of Government of Tamil Nadu and Government of India, through Government of Tamil Nadu to Government of India, and from Government of India to UNESCO. We need to formally make a proposal and send it. I'm sure the officers with complete knowledge on Valluvam, who runs the administration on the path of Valluvam, will definitely will expedite the process and move through the Government of Tamil Nadu a formal proposal for. Already a committee has been constituted, and Dr. Armugam Parasuraman is part of the committee by the earlier government. I'm sure that work will continue. Anything connected to Thirukkural will continue forever. whatever may be the government setup. And I'm sure this government, with full support for Thirukkural and correlated work, will take up this work and with the right earnest and move to the next level. So once again, thank Dr. Vallalar, who is a practicing Valluvam. That's what I would look at it actually, going by the work and going by the awards and accolades they received. அக்கம் அதர்வினாய் செல்லும் அசைவிலா ஊக்கம் உடையான் உழை. The awards and accolades will reach the person who work with unwavering zeal and enthusiasm. That is what I find in him, in his work and in the results which has shown. I'm sure today's lecture is part of, will make us one step forward towards our goal of seeing Valluvam in UNESCO. So I thank all the participants. Kindly share this message with all your friends and everyone. And I'm sure with all our support, 2022, we will make a concrete progress and reach UNESCO. Once again, I thank today's chief guest and all the participants and those who have made intervention and made their points and comments. I also thank them. I thank everyone on behalf of Voice of Valluva family, International Thirukkural Foundation, Tamil Valarchi Mandam, and Valai Tamil. Thank you very much.
Thank you.